Black woman. Beautiful, powerful, resilient female of African descent with skin kissed by the sun. Conversation. A talk, especially an informal one between two or more people in which news and ideas are exchanged. We love being black women. Black women are ambitious. Black women are confident. Black women are diligent. We are tenacious. We walk out of our houses put together. We are many shades and personalities of fabulous. But we as black women don't talk about our dilemmas, current events, and what's going on every day that affects us. So, we created this podcast as a way to laugh together, cry together, and have an open conversation about life as black women.
Oh, that's deep. Black Women Conversations.
Hey, Nicole.
Hey, Janine.
How's your week been?
So my week has been full transition. You know, I have started now as the I'm the new division director at Wellstar Health System in Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm really excited to get started. But y'all, it's a lot of planning and busy work to build a division. So I have been busy, not seeing patients, but just in meetings to get ready to see patients. So it's been a really busy week, and we're now just sort of slowing down from last week's travel. So, you know, we had a funeral and then the graduation, and then I had a talk to give for Junior League of Houston. So everything's been like boom, 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 boom. Now I can actually breathe. I was talking to my trainer this morning because y'all know I got a trainer now. I'm trying to get right for the summer. And I was telling her, I can finally breathe. I don't have to travel anymore, not as frequently. And she then reminded me that I'd already blocked on my calendar my birthday trip in 2 weeks, as well as a conference in January and one in February. So I said, okay, well, maybe I'm not slowing down as much as I think I am, but at least it's not every week some back and forth to Houston because our house is still on the market. But yeah, week's been good and productive so far. How's your week, Jenny?
It's been great. As you know, I'm recording from a hotel room because I'm at a leadership retreat. So it's been very interesting. I can say this, I've learned a lot about myself in the past few days and a lot about some people that I work with. So it's been fun. You know, every time when you do one of those like retreats and like you see your coworkers outside of their normal setting, it's amazing because you're like, oh, you're actually human. I don't know about you all, but me personally, I have a very difficult time attaching humanity to my coworkers because I think it's all about work and not so much about them. Like I don't need to make friends at work. That's just me. I need to do better. I'm working on it. But yeah, so it's been fun. And I will say this. I miss my family. I miss I haven't been gone that long, but I miss them. I think it's because it's the holiday season and I'm very much like, I have that like I'm appreciative of my family and I miss them because I'm used to just going and like, keeping warm, specifically next to my husband. And it's cold here. It's super cold. I always tell Ken, I'm like, I picked you because you keep me warm, right? That's not the only reason I picked him, obviously. He's amazing. But at the same time, it's like, I miss him. It's very, very cold. And I don't deal well with the cold. I'm black and I was born in July. That should tell you all something. But yeah, it's been fun, but I'm ready to go home. And side note, Nicole, I would like to point out, Nicole, I'm going to clear my throat so everyone can hear this. Remember when Janine said she was going to slow down in November? Janine slowed down, you all. She did. She slowed down. And there's a little birdie over there. Won't call her a birdie, but a little thing over there. Her name might just be Dr. Plenty. That thing she picked up where Janine left off. So I would like to make note here on this day that we're recording this good episode that Nicole has taken the place of Janine's busy. Amen. Hallelujah. Let's call spades spades as we see them.
My 2023 is looking up because the name of the game is for me to prioritize myself, get organized, as well as take time for myself. And that may mean saying no. Okay. I am going to say no more often because you know why? I'm going to be a real grown woman in 2023. I'm going to be 40 years old, y'all. And you know what I'm going to do? Celebrate the whole year. Y'all going to be like, happy birthday. There's another happy birthday post to Nicole on Oh, That's Deep. Happy birthday. Then the next one's like, happy birthday again. You know why? Because I'm celebrating the whole year of 40, okay? That's gonna be my whole year is 40. Y'all gonna be like, oh, she did that thing. And I'm gonna say, and I did. So yeah, I am gonna have respite in 2023. You can count on that.
So this is how we will judge who's busier. I don't currently have a tree up. Do you have your tree up yet?
My tree is up, it's fully decorated. I got stockings hung by the chimney with care. I have my dining room table is set. I have centerpieces out. I have poinsettias in my house. Oh yeah, I have garland on the fireplace. I have decorations all down my staircase. I have a lit up Christmas tree, ornamenty metal thing in the front yard. We got a wreath on the door. We're decorated, and yeah, and now everything's beautiful, beautiful. You walk in my house, you just feel warm and cozy because it just feels like Jesus is hugging you. It's so Christmassy in there. It's just so Christmassy. So you definitely busy because I know you don't have no tree up.
Yeah, I don't have a tree. It's okay. It's okay though. I'm gonna do a tree. I feel behind the 8 ball. Like I really just do. But I feel like Jesus understands. He wasn't born with no Christmas tree. He gets it. Jesus and I are like, I think the only person closer to the Lord than me is probably you, Nicole, because you and Jesus share a birthday. But yeah, I think he gets it. It's okay. And I hope that my husband understands because the gifts can come regardless. And he's already gotten the best gift that he's going to get. Like, I mean, duh.
Well, how are our listeners doing? Are y'all putting up a tree this year? Are you behind like Janine, or are you basking in all your decorative glory like I am with your trees? Now I'm brand new; they ain't been up but almost a week, but I can still gloat a little bit. Gloat a little bit. So, how you guys doing? We hope that you guys have shared with your friends, rated, and joined in the conversation. But Johnny, we should get into these lists. I mean, it's Christmas time. Let's give the people some ideas because I know y'all last minute. I know y'all ain't done all y'all's Christmas shopping, so let's give y'all some ideas. So, Johnny, what wish list have you created for the people?
Okay, so y'all, Nicole and I, if you have listened to this podcast last Christmas or the Christmas before, you know that Nicole and I have this thing about like last minute gifts. Now, typically we do all of our shopping in advance, but there's always someone where we kind of maybe forgot about them. We didn't really forget about them, but it just slipped our mind that we needed to get an extra gift. So this year we decided that we were going to do Amazon wish list because a couple of things. One, the pandemic has taught us, and our experience has taught us, going to the mall is kind of a thing of the past. So we're in the business of getting the things that we need delivered to us. And then in addition, if you are busy or last minute, like Nicole and I are, okay, I'm not going to include Nicole in that. It'll just be me. If you're busy and last minute like me, Amazon is just a click away on your phone. So we made some lists. We're going to share them all with you. We're going to share them with you. We're not going to share them all with you. If you want to see our entire set of lists, you're going to have to go onto our social media page. And why are you all not on our social media page anyway? Okay, I digress. So, Nicole, let's kick off the list. Now, Nicole, the holidays are really kind of about the kiddos, right? And I don't particularly have kiddos. So guess what my first list is going to be?
Pet list.
Absolutely. Okay, so you all, look, we already know Nicole and I are all about spoiling our fur babies. So here it is. The first thing, and I'm going to tell you all, I already have this for my dog. It is a 360 pet safety carrier. So you all, I particularly love this one because it's basically like a car seat for a dog. So you can either put it in the car or you can pop it out and carry it around. So I will say this, when people see you carrying this carrier around, they automatically assume you have a baby in it. So then when they pop the little hood of the carrier, you can see it's my fur baby. So you all, the 360 pet safety carrier, it's a car seat and a carrier. So 2-in-1, and it's only like $50. Totally worth it. Pop your dog out the car. You don't have to release your dog. You don't have to go through all the drama. Just pop the dog out the car in the carrier, on your way. Now, so I'm going to go into a little, let's figure out how to keep the pet warm. It's winter time. And while your pets do have fur, I'm all about giving your pet a cute little jacket, okay? So there are these Forest Paw winter hooded dog coats. They are the cutest things. They are these bubble coats for puppies. Now, I will say this, if your dog is larger, might not be the way to go. But if you have a cute little pup like Nicole and I, you can have matching bubble coats with your dog. For those of us who are super busy, like myself, and you go on travel, like Nicole, and you miss your fur baby, the Furbo 360 dog camera is the absolute way to go. Now, you don't have to miss your baby to get this Furbo 360 dog camera. I would suggest it. It can pop dog treats out so that it basically lures your dog to the camera, and then you can just go onto your phone and see your cute little doggy. Now, I will say this. It is a little bit pricey. It's about $150. But if you're like me, it's totally worth it. If you're getting frustrated at work or having a hard day, all you gotta do is go onto the little app and see your dog, and your day is all automatically better. So it's kind of like therapy when you can't get to BetterHelp, and dog care all at the same time. 2 for 1. Well worth the money. 2 more. I'll go through 2 more. I have a whole list. I'm not going to give you all of them. Go to our social media. Now, when you're outside walking your dog, if you're like me, you're not really interested in getting your hands dirty. So there's this dog pooper scooper, and this is a cute little one because it actually looks like a giant, maybe chip clip, right? So what you can do is wrap the bag around it. And so when you scoop it, it automatically puts it in the bag. You just pull the bag off right in the trash. Your hands don't touch the poop. You can't accidentally touch the poop. And the scooper isn't getting all gross, so you have to wash it when you get home. It's only $22. Best $22 you'll ever spend. Just chip clip the poop, pull the bag off, throw it in the trash. It's kind of like a diaper genie for doggy bags. And then the last one, we don't want our hands dirty. We don't want our dog's paws dirty. So I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce this, but it's MEOOEM, and it's an automatic dog paw cleaner. If you're like me, your dog likes to get on your furniture, sometimes likes to crawl in your bed, right? You don't want your dog crawling in your bed and on your furniture with outside paws. At least I don't. I don't like outside clothes in my bed. I definitely don't want outside paws in my bed. This electric dog cleaner, or dog paw cleaner, I should say, you just whoop, whoop, stick your dog's paws in this cleaner, and voila. It's like a bath for their legs. So there are a couple of more, like, a hydration, automatic waterer, some things like that, some cute dog beds, and even some leg warmers for your dog. But I will share all of those with you on our list on our social media. So, Nicole, what's your first list?
All right, y'all. I have lists. Usually the first person I buy anything for is Harrison. Okay. So, of course, I have gifts for kids. All right. So let me get to this list. Now, I had too much fun making this list. And I will say I probably bought like 80% of the things that I put on there. And I'm going to go back and get the other 20% because they're pretty cheap. And I feel like they will get put to good use. And I feel like I always need more toys for Harrison, to be perfectly honest. Like, I need to keep him entertained. So for gifts for kids, so specifically for boys. So if you have boys that are smaller, somewhere between the ages of, let's say, 2 and 6, these are really good gifts for them. First off, I always look on Amazon to see what items of clothing can I get, because clothes tend to be a little bit cheaper on Amazon, but you gotta look at the reviews and you gotta check the quality. So the stuff that I've recommended that are clothing items, I've actually ordered them and they are very good quality. So the first thing are the UGG unisex child Renin low sneaker. Y'all, I love this sneaker. Of course, it's an UGG sneaker. It's navy blue. It has a giant strap across it. So you don't have to worry about shoestrings. You don't have to worry about tying them. Your kid can put them on and off in the classroom if they go down for naps and have to take their shoes on and off. Harrison loves these shoes. They're comfortable. He can run in them. I can dress him up with a suit, or I can put him on him with jeans. So I love them. Of course, they're UGG, so they're going to be a little bit pricey now. The stuff I got, you're going to pay a little bit more, but you got to realize it's good quality. And this is the stuff I have bought from Amazon. So these are about 45 bucks. Okay. But like I said, Harrison has had these shoes for months now, and he hasn't torn them up, and he never complains about them. And they're navy, and I love navy shoes. I feel like you can't find a lot of good navy shoes. So that's one. The second thing I would say, there are these elastic waist denim jeans. They're straight leg. They're 22 bucks. I have them. They don't have a button or a zipper. They're just drawstring, but they are real denim. The stretch is just all in the way. So I love this because, Harrison's 3. So sometimes he has issues like unbuttoning things and unzipping things in time for him to get to the bathroom. With this, you just pull the drawstring. He can pull his pants down. He goes to the bathroom really quick and pulls his pants up. Now, I have quite a bit of toys on the list. Right now, Harrison is into cars and Gecko Garage and things like that. And on Gecko Garage, which is like a gecko that fixes like big trucks, okay, there are these little robots that he always calls to help. Robots to the rescue, right? So there is this Gillo Baby kids robot toy that's an interactive, smart talking robot that has voice control and touch censored speech commands. Okay. It sings, it dances, it repeats, it records. I love this. It says it's appropriate for age 4 to 7. Harrison's obviously a little younger than that, but I bought him this for Christmas and have put batteries in it to try it out. Y'all, this thing is super cute. So I bought it. It's only $23.99. This is a great Christmas gift. I bought one for Harrison that he doesn't know about. And I also bought one for his cousin who's 4 right now, since they're only 10 months apart. So I bought both of those gifts. And then I have a whole bunch of like learning and educational toys on my list. So you guys should definitely check that out. So Janine, I know you have one for your hubby. So let's talk about what's on your wish list for hubbies.
Okay, so as you all know, I have a qualification for the men that I like, and my husband is no different. Big, black, bald. Those are the qualifications, right? So I made my list specifically for big guys because sometimes it's a little harder to find things for them that they actually like. And I'm not in the business of getting like socks and drawers and ties and stuff. Like we can get that all year round. I got some fun stuff. So, during the holiday season, everyone wants to do the matching pajamas, right? Over the past few years, we've kind of had to like makeshift, and our pajamas tend to be buffalo plaid. Well, I found some matching family pajama sets that come in extended sizes. So if you go online, this is something that it's just on Amazon and they say Merry Christmas. It's still a little buffalo plaid, but it comes in its various options, and it comes with everything from pet to kid to wife to husband. Now, we know that Jenny doesn't have the kid, but the pet, the wife, and the husband, here for it. To go along with the said matching pajamas, now I've gotten these for my husband and he absolutely loves them. And I heard that Uggs was on your list as well, Nicole. So these Uggs men's ascot slippers. Now, I will tell you this. These are the slippers that you want to have. I'm not a big fan of taking inside shoes outside or outside shoes inside, but I know that sometimes it's a necessity. For whatever reason, sometimes you just got to slip on a shoe and run out the house. These have a hard rubber bottom so that your feet are not going to get soggy if for whatever reason you got to go outside and get the paper. You still get the paper delivered to your house. or the trash man is coming and you forgot to put out the trash. Whatever it may be, if you have to run outside really quickly, you can run outside in these shoes. The Uggs men's ascot slippers, definitely a go. I think this is Ken's like third pair. I think this is like an annual holiday gift that we're going to get him because he loves them. And look, if you all know, like I know, when your husband loves something, you keep getting it for him. Something else that I've gotten for Ken that is a lifesaver. Ladies, let me tell you this. Married or not married, if your husband either cuts his hair or shaves his beard or any part of his face at any time, and you've seen the little wiry hairs in the sink and it annoys you like it annoys me, this is definitely the gift to get your husband. It's a beard apron. Now, you all, Ken has this. It's worked wonders. Honestly, I would say it saved our marriage, but I'm not that petty. But it does work wonders. So this beard apron, it actually affixes to the mirror. So as they're shaving their beard, all the hair gets into the apron. So it's not in my sink. Praise the Lord, hallelujah. This actually works. So think of, to give you an idea of what this is like, think of the apron that they put on you when you go to the hair salon. It's the same thing, but it affixes to the mirror. So it encloses all the hair. Hair's not in your sink. Definitely a winner. Also, there is this amazing Columbia jacket. Now, I'm not actually going to specify which jacket because Columbia, the brand, actually makes big and tall jackets for men, right? And I specifically love them because the one specific Columbia jacket that I got Ken, it has an outside layer and an inside layer. So if it's, sometimes our big guys can be a little warmer than the rest of us. We appreciate them because they keep us warm, but we don't want to keep them too warm. So the outside jacket is a little bit lighter and the inside lining jacket is a little bit warmer. So you can either wear the outside jacket by itself, the inside jacket by itself, or both jackets together if it gets really cold. And then the final thing, I don't know about you all, but my husband, he works from home. Owning a podcast network doesn't really require that you go outside of the house. But even if they do, this might be something that you should get for your husband. This is an office chair, but it's a little bit wider and a little bit more heavy duty. We just want to make sure that our big guy is safe and secure. So if your husband works from home, even if he doesn't, maybe he needs a new office chair, I would suggest it. I have a couple of other gifts, but you all check out the social media. You'll see them. Now, Nicole, I told you what I got for Ken. What are you getting for James?
So my husband is a music lover. So I have broken up into two lists, things for music lovers, just in case you have other people in your family that is not your husband that you want to buy for, and gifts for the honey. Now, I'm going to start with gifts for the music lovers because I feel like some of these gifts are very inexpensive. They're quick. They're stuff you can order just to have in your house, just in case someone comes over that you can gift real quick. Okay. So the first thing that I have is a men's classic bow tie. And I love it because the bow tie is black and white, but the bottom of the bow tie has like piano keys across it. But it's not those like big tacky keys. It's not like super gaudy. It's very subtle. So from a distance, it just looks like a two-tone tie. But when you bow tie, that is. But when you get up close to it, you're like, dog, those are piano keys right there. Okay. The bow tie is only $12.91. And if you have Prime, it's going to be delivered to your house in 2 days for free. Okay. So I thought this was a good idea for a stocking stuffer. My husband, hopefully he don't listen to this show before Christmas. He will be getting one of these in his stocking. Okay. Because you're always looking for good sort of creative stocking stuffers that are not just like candy canes and socks. Right. But speaking of socks, there is a pair of socks on this list because, again, they are for the music lover, okay? They're K-Bell socks, and they're basically novelty socks. So they have like music notes and stuff like that on them. But again, I'm really not into the very gaudiness of a sock. Like, I don't even like very gaudy brands. Like, when people wear like the belts that have the big XL on the front of them and things like that, like, that's just not my style. Okay. I'd rather a more subtle look so people can get up on you and say, "Oh, I see you," right? As opposed to seeing it from a distance. This is what the socks do for me. They're very subtle hints of, I see that detail, attention to detail. Love it. Now, if your person is a drinker, so they like to have a glass of cognac when they get home, okay? Now, this I thought was real cool. There's a guitar, whiskey, and wine decanter on here. Guitar holds your whiskey, and then it comes with 2 glasses on a stand. Super cute, super cool. You're not going to find it in Walmart, okay? So, and it is a little bit on the expensive side, but when you talk about decanters and things like that that are going to, give your drink a little bit more flavor, you're going to pay a little bit more. So this gift is for somebody you sort of kind of like. If it's not your husband, it's going to run you about 99 bucks. But it's, to me, very nice, classy, something I would put in my house that doesn't look tacky and gaudy. But again, very subtle, like, I see you with the detail there. So that's a couple of things on the gifts for music lovers. Now, as for my man, the gift for my man, all right. So, of course, my man loves music too. And so I have a pair of cufflinks that have music signs on them. And those cufflinks are only $16. They're only $16. You can't have too many cufflinks. I also have, now some of these gifts are going to be a little pricey. So if you're really looking for a gift for your husband, you need to cop this list, okay? Because it's going to save you a lot of time and you're going to want to buy something that's of nice quality. So I have 2 watches on this list, y'all. And I know you're thinking, you found a watch on Amazon? Y'all, you can find almost everything except for a Louis bag on Amazon, okay? So the first watch I have is a Movado men's bold metal watch. And the reason I like this one is because it is like a midnight blue watch. It's like a midnight blue metal watch, and it's Movado, which you know is going to be of good quality. This is on sale. It's $393. Don't talk to me about how expensive that is because Movado watches usually run you a lot more expensive than that. And this is a nice watch. It's very unique. And I love this. I love this watch, honestly, for me. This might be in my stocking, okay? But this is a really nice gift for your husband if you're thinking, what can I buy him of quality that he might not have? He probably doesn't have this Movado watch. Even if people collect watches, a lot of people may not have a navy metal watch. Okay, so that's why I thought that one was unique. And then I also have a standard stainless steel Movado watch on the list that's a little bit cheaper at $295. There's also a couple of gag gifts on there. I just think it's always cute to throw in some of those, gag gifts. So there's a toilet timer on there. I don't know if you're like my husband, but I feel like, what are you doing in there? Like, you go to the bathroom and what are you doing? Are you on a conference call in there? Like, why are you in the bathroom so long? So this toilet timer, perfect stocking stuffer. You stick that bad boy on the wall and say you on the clock, okay? Toilet timer, get out. So that's a cute gag gift. It's on there. Great stocking stuffer option. My honey will be getting it in his stocking this year. All right, Johnny. So what are we getting for our parents this year? I know my mom always wants money, but if our listeners have parents that don't want money or they expect them to be creative, let us know. Like, what can we at least get them and put in their stocking stuffers?
Okay, so I actually did a lot of digging for this because my parents, if y'all know my parents, they have everything that they want. I'm just adding to their collection of things. I'm not doing that. So I really tried to come up with a list of meaningful things that I could get my parents. So some of them are meaningful, some of them are things that they need, like useful, right? I'll start with this. For you, Nicole, this might be helpful. For me, I don't have kids, so it's kind of tongue in cheek, but there are customized doormats that you can get your parents. And it says, "Welcome to Nana and Papa's house." It is the cutest thing. So you can customize them for your parents. It doesn't have to say welcome to Nana Papa's house. It can say welcome to whatever house you'd like it to. But this is how they're marketing it, and I loved it. So if your parents, it's a relatively inexpensive gift, something that your parents can enjoy for long periods of time and see regularly. It's very useful. So get them a doormat. And then for the useful gifts, I also found a new massage gun. So it sounds crazy. Looks kind of like a gun, but it's a massager. It has various heads. And, as our parents get older, things start to cracking and aching and, helping them through the aches and the bumps and the bruises and the aches and the pains. I think that this is a good option. It's super cute, easy to use, has a handle, nothing that's super awkward for them, just something super simple. And it's relatively affordable as well. Now, Nicole, this is kind of a necessity and it's a little special to me. Sounds crazy that I'm saying that leg massagers are special to me. But as you know, I'm a big proponent of leg massagers because not having leg massagers, not getting that circulation flowing will get you a good old blood clot in your legs. We don't want our parents who are getting older and might not be as mobile to get blood clots in their legs. So you can get them some leg massagers and they're heated. So if your parents are like my parents and they're often a little bit chilly, these are heated leg massagers. So two birds, one stone. I'm big on that. Warms them up and keeps the blood flowing. A couple of more things. And these things are a little bit sentimental, right? So oftentimes we want to hear the stories from our parents, but oftentimes our parents don't really share them with us, or we don't really have a chance to sit down and talk and, converse about the things that our parents have been through and the stories of their lives. Every now and then we'll get a chance to talk to them and they'll give us a story here or a story there. Well, one of the very interesting things that I found on Amazon are journals. So they're daily guided journaling for your parents. There's one for mom. There's also one for dad. So if your parents are the kind that have lifelong stories, you can get them these journals and it literally asks them questions and guides them through the journaling process. So you don't have to ask them all the questions that you want to know. And maybe, just maybe, if your parents are like mine, they might be a little bit more free with the stories if they're just writing it down. The final thing that I have on my list is an aura frame. Now, you all, we have this in our house and it is amazing. So an aura frame is a digital picture frame. So all of those pictures, if you're like me, you have thousands of pictures on your phone. I think I have like 51,000 right now. If you have thousands of pictures on your phone and you don't want to keep texting or sending pictures to your parents so they can just keep more pictures of you and your kids on their phone, you can actually get this frame and load those pictures on the frame and load them remotely. So if you live far away from your parents, you can load pictures and then your parents come downstairs to their living room one day or in their bedroom, wherever they choose to keep the frame, and voila, there's more pictures. Love it. Best thing ever. Again, just like the other list, there are a couple of more additions, but you'll have to wait until we post it on social media.
All right, Janine. So you ready to talk through some of these letters and help our listeners with their gift options, if you will?
Let's do it.
Okay, so our first letter reads, Nicole and Janine, I know this might seem crazy and a bit soon, but I've been dating the man of my dreams and am madly in love with him despite only knowing him for 3 months. I feel like he is my soulmate and he says he feels the same way about me. We met at a gathering of a mutual friend. He had just moved back to the Raleigh area from Chicago for a job. We met and instantly hit it off, with him asking for a relationship a week later. We've been talking frequently throughout the day and seeing each other almost every day since we met. My friend agrees that he's a great guy that just hadn't been in a relationship since he lost his fiance suddenly 3 years ago. Obviously, this will be our first Christmas together. I really want to buy him something nice. I was thinking a watch or a trip or both, but my sister said it's too soon for lavish gifts. What do you think, ladies? What's an appropriate gift to give a new but amazing love? Signed, Jennifer.
Here's the thing. I'm with your sister, 100%. We're not getting any lavish gifts because we don't know if this man is going to last. I mean, all this glitter ain't gold. Not saying that he's not a good man, but we want to make sure he's actual gold before we start showering him with gifts. To be very honest with you, I really think, and this, you all are dating, so it's not too personal, I don't think. Generally, I think cologne or some sort of fragrance is a bit personal for people. But if you're dating, I'm assuming that you all, are adults, so it's not too personal. My suggestion would be to find a fragrance that matches with his body chemistry. Maybe something that he hasn't tried before, maybe something that you like or you would like to smell on him. Pick a fragrance and gift him that. In addition to that, I would gift him something like a pen set, something that he can use for work, something that's not super personal, but is something that you thought about and that he will like, enjoy, or gift him an experience. Most all men, and I'm not going to make it a generalization, but almost all men like some sort of sport. Basketball, baseball, football, soccer, whatever it is. Gift him something that you all can enjoy together. So maybe you pick a sport that he likes. Maybe you pick a sport that you like. I'm just saying, get him some tickets. Maybe it's a concert. Gift him an experience. If all else fails, experience for the win. What do you think, Nicole?
Nobody can really tell you how you feel about that person and how he feels about you. If y'all are both spoiling each other and buying each other lavish gifts, then I think that that's okay, right? It's not like he's using you or you using him. If you think you are on the same page, then great. Now, it gets to a problem when you're buying him all these gifts and then he's like, oh, I didn't know we were doing all this, right? I thought we were friends, so I bought you a sweater, which is the more appropriate thing to buy him. 3 months equals clothes, right? Everybody knows that your first Christmas, you buy some clothes. You buy a shirt and some pants, or you buy a sweater or something, right? That's what's appropriate in like a couple months. But listen, I don't know what your financial situation is, but if buying a watch is not really that big a deal, go buy a watch. I mean, that's not a problem. Get him that Movado watch on my little Amazon gift list. It's only a couple $100. It's not like you have to go buy him a Rolex. Okay, I wouldn't do that. But if you want to buy him something that's nice, I would do that. Now, paying for a trip can be either looked at as, wow, that's lavish, or shoot, you want to go on a vacation, and so you're going to pay for him to go because you want a partner. So you basically hitting two birds with one stone. Like, I'm going to buy you this gift for a trip, but you're going to go on it with me. So I'm just saying, like, it's really a gift for me. Like, we going on vacation together. That's a little bit different if you spin it that way. Like, hey, we're going on vacation and this is your gift because I pay for your flight. Well, okay, that's not bad. So you just have to gauge, like, financially, if you're spending your last on this person, that's a little bit different than, hey, I make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and if I want to buy him a watch and then he walks out of my life 2 years from now, 2 weeks from now, this is not going to be that big of a deal to me. Versus, man, I'm really scraping to find him a nice gift. And if he walks away next month, I'm going to be salty because I didn't spend my rent money. Now, let me say this. You should not be spending your bill money on a man. Now, you should not be spending your bill money on nobody, okay? Nobody should get the bill money just to buy them a gift, okay? But it depends on how you feel. Nobody can tell you how you feel. All right. Now, if you're going to buy him multiple gifts, I would give him gifts incrementally. Okay. So pull out the first gift and say, hey, this is your gift. Then see what he pulls out. Okay. If he pulls out something that's equivalent or a couple of gifts, great. Then you go in your room and say, baby, I bought you more. Okay. And then go from there. But if he, is not really putting that, and it's the effort for me, okay? It's not the cost of the gift, it's the effort. Like, you can tell if somebody's really excited to give you a gift, they thought of it, they planned this out, and it's because they think it's something that you would really, really like, versus somebody just buying you a gift card or some perfume that you don't wear, and they went to the store and they say, oh, that smells good, let me just buy that. Because that's what men do. They buy, perfume. Well, why did you buy this kind of perfume for me? You don't know anything. Did I mention that perfume? So it depends on, to me, how thoughtful and how attentive you've been about the things that I like and the things that I need. Okay. I'm a Southern girl. Okay. Southern. I believe in people opening doors for me. I believe the men should take out the trash. Okay. So that's my thing. I can go without buying you a gift because we only been together for a couple of months. And if we're madly in love, you probably didn't got the goodies. So that's your gift right there. Okay. But you can't just buy me a card. I can do that, but he can't do that. I said what I said, and I'm sticking to it. So, girl, buy what's in your heart, but don't be foolish about it. Okay. If you want to buy him a watch, that's a great idea. If you want to buy him a trip because you want to go on the trip, that's a great idea too. Okay. If you have it. Those are my opinions.
So, Nicole, I halfway agree with you. Let me see how to phrase this. I halfway agree with you. And I halfway agree with you because, number one, as I said earlier, we are the gift. Let's remember that from the beginning. If you with a man and there's a question about a gift, if you still with him, you're the gift. End of story. But I don't want us to be ignorant and aloof. So the other half that I don't agree with is I think get him some cologne because we're a lot better at that than men are. Men are going to go to the CVS or the Walgreens and buy us some cologne, and we don't want that. We don't want you to go to the counter and the lady who done sprayed the cologne on the little card or the little perfume on the little card is like, "Ooh, this smells good. Get it for your wife." No, that's not what we're interested in. But we're very good at picking out a scent that we would like to smell on our man. So I think cologne is a fair gift. But the other piece of, I'll say expert advice, and by expert, I mean, Nicole and I are married. Other piece of expert advice is that Nicole gave you all is gift by gift, right? So suggestion, order it someplace where you can return it. Right. So if for whatever reason he doesn't live up to his gift giving standards of the things that you wanted, that you can return the rest of those gifts that you got for him. Just saying. Just saying. Sometimes people disappoint you. And I'm not saying that you give gift for gift, but y'all ain't been together long enough for you to be talking about some we in love and it's okay. And we're not doing that. We're not investing into long term if it's not going to be long term.
Yeah, and I do like that, the return policy. Give it stepwise, because I was that person. I like to give multiple gifts. So you have to be that person.
My letter says, ladies, I know it's early, but happy holidays. I've recently got married, so this is my first holiday as a married woman. With my husband came a bonus daughter, but I don't know what a 13-year-old girl likes. I want to get her something nice, but I don't want to break the bank, and I want her to like it. Ladies, what can I get my bonus daughter so that I can be bonus mom of the year? Signed, Sandra.
Sandra, this is easy. 13-year-old, you're going to get her makeup and you're going to get her a designer purse, okay? You don't have to get her necessarily like a really big, expensive designer purse, but one of those like wristlets, okay? She can get like a Michael Kors wristlet, a Coach wristlet, or one of those fanny packs, okay? If you want to go real upscale, you can do, the Louis wristlet that's going to cost you a little bit more, the Gucci wristlets that's going to cost you a little bit more. But for a 13-year-old, I would stick more along of like the Michael Kors, the Coach, the Kate Spades of the world, which is really good quality. And right now, the sales at outlet malls are great, right? So you can either do those fanny packs, the wristlets, or you can even do the makeup bags with makeup in it, okay? The dad is going to be like, I don't want my 13-year-old daughter wearing lipstick, but you going to be the cool stepmom that is buying tasteful makeups, okay? I'm talking lip glosses that have color, so a little bit of tint to it, maybe a little bit of powder, a little press-on nail set. Like, they like that kind of thing. So that's what I would do for a 13-year-old. You got to think back. When we were, what did we like? Somebody bought us a designer purse, a clutch. Girl, that's my friend.
Nicole, I think that the wristlet idea is a great idea. But I'm going to throw a little monkey wrench into this. What if her 13-year-old is a little bit of a tomboy and she doesn't want to carry a purse? I'm going to go electronic route. Now, here's the thing. I'm not telling you to go out and buy her the new iPhone. That's not what I'm saying. But you could buy her maybe an Apple Watch, a pair of AirPods, something that is an accessory if she probably already has an iPhone, right? If we don't want to go the makeup route, I also would suggest maybe a bracelet of some sort. There are some very cute name bracelets. You remember back in the day when you get your name on your bracelet? Very cute ones of those. Also, she may be a sneakerhead. If she is a sneakerhead, get her some really fly sneakers, some rare ones that she can't find elsewhere. Just saying, these are the options. Know the little girl. So if she's 13 and you kind of see her, if she's dressed up and she's cute and frilly and likes to get her nails and hair and all of that done, go the route that Nicole said. But if she's maybe not as much of a princess as we would, expect her to be, I don't even know why we would expect that. So let's reverse that. If she's not as prissy as we're thinking, you can go the electronic route. But here's a word to the wise. I would start off, this is your first year as bonus mom, right? So don't throw everything in year one because you're going to have to do this for a long time. And what you don't want to do is get an amazing gift this year and be disappointing her next year. So why don't we start off a little slow, get her something that she's going to be grateful for and thankful for, and she's going to think it's amazing, but maybe not break the bank year one. Maybe even, I'm all about the experiences. Wonder why, right? But I'm all about the experiences. See if there's a concert that she wants to go to. Maybe there's a concert in 2023 that she wants to go to. And you will definitely be the super cool bonus mom if you get her really good tickets, maybe even a meet and greet or some sort of experience within a show of her favorite artist. So keep that in mind. There are a bunch of options that you can do for 13, but really think about what she wants and don't think about what you would want for her. So be the cool mom and don't piss your new husband off. Let me tell you this. If he doesn't want his daughter wearing makeup, ease him into it, right? Make him think it's his idea and then get the makeup and maybe make it a gift from the both of you. And just in case you were unsure, we do have merch. You can go onto our website, thisdeepbwc.com, and go get a cute little sweatshirt that has our logo on it. Go there.
I'm going to get me some merch. I'm going to get me some Oh That's Deep merch for my family. Yes, I'm going to purchase it and I'm going to say, y'all rock this. And tell people when they say, what is that? You tell them, go ahead and go listen. Okay. Find out what the hype is about. But yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to have me some walking branders, baby. Here's this Oh That's Deep shirt. There you go. Wear that. Keep it moving. All right, Janine. So I liked all of those ideas. I did not, you always think, oh, they're going to be prissy like I am. But you're right. Like some kids are into electronics and they can care less, especially these kids nowadays. They can care less about makeup. All their friends are on social media. They don't even see them in person. So I get you. I get you. We do need some backup options for them. All right, Janine. So what did you learn new this week?
Okay, so there are a couple of things that I learned new, but they're all about Amazon. Now, Amazon is not paying us. Y'all, we picked this because it's convenient. We are all about convenience. So one of the things that I learned is that on Amazon, you know how when you're searching and you search, you put in something in the search and you can't find what it is that you're looking for? Well, one of the things on Amazon, if you go into the filters, it will allow you to filter for things like popular brands or luxury brands. So I'm always like, where's all this cool stuff like Movado watches that people are finding on Amazon and how come I can't find them? I type in Movado watches and I get everything but a Movado watch. Well, if you sort it by popular brands or luxury brands, it will help you find what you're looking for quicker. Also, now I knew this, but I'm going to hip you all to game, is if you see something that you like on Amazon, maybe you don't see it on Amazon. Maybe you're out and about and you see something you like. Snap a picture of it. Go into the search bar. There's a little button that looks like a little camera. You upload that picture and it will show you the things that look just like it. So whatever it is that you're looking for, you can find on Amazon. What did you learn new this week, Nicole?
Girl, you done taught me something new. I'm going to be snapping pictures of everything and uploading it. Who knew that you could do that? Didn't realize you can do that to shop at Amazon. Huh. Guess who'll be doing that? Oh, girl, I love those pearl shoes. Let me take a picture of your shoes, please. Thank you. Anyway, so what I learned new was that January is one of the most common months for evictions. And with those evictions, most people owe less than $600. And that's according to some stats from the city of Houston in 2022. Okay. So people, don't spend, when I say don't spend your rent money on him, literally pay your rent before Christmas for January. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you. Do not wait until after Christmas to pay your rent or your mortgage. Pay it before Christmas. That may mean you're paying your stuff 2 weeks early if you have it. Pay it. Or as soon as you get paid, go ahead and pay it. Okay. Your kids eating and having actually a place to lay their heads, that is what we call essential. Okay. If you don't have that, that will be considered neglect and poor parenting. So please pay your bills. Don't get evicted after the holiday. Nobody wants to go into 2023 homeless.
Can I hit the game real quick? If you're spending your money on a dude for Christmas, have him pay your bills in advance before the holidays. Now, if he tells you no, or he doesn't have it, then that's, you know exactly what to get him for Christmas. That's all I'm saying.
All right. So are we ready for the motivational moment?
Let's do it.
And it reads, it's not about how expensive the gift is. It's about the love behind the presentation. So don't forget the details. Take that extra step to write the reason for the gift in the card. Make sure you take time to wrap, even if it's only a $10 gift. Remember, it's the thought that counts. And you are truly blessed if someone is thinking about you this holiday season. Until we meet again,
pray, work, slay.
And show off your melanated excellence. Bye!
Bye!
Oh, That's Deep, Black Women Conversations is produced by Nicole Lee Plenty and Janine Brunson Johnson. Executive producer, Ken Johnson. Get the Oh, That's Deep Black Women Conversation podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, or where you get your podcasts. Please subscribe and rate us. You can follow Oh, That's Deep Black Women Conversations on IG at Oh, That's Deep BWC. Oh, That's Deep Black Women Conversations is a Mean Old Lion Media production.